Hey. What up, man? It's in the booth, man. It's your boy Messenja.
CantonJones.
Ramona Jones.
Yeah. Everything came together in the booth. Years later, and we still in the booth.
Still in the booth.
Podcast with the interviews.
Still here.
Stop what we finna do. Got a resume longer than the limousine. Got something for the king, something for the queens. And we got a winning team, about to do the thing. Then we hit them with a bada boom, bada beam.
You know what it is when we in the booth. Speaking to the old, speaking to the youth. And no matter what, we gon' tell the truth. See time harvest, you gon' see the fruit. Put the kid tag, gotta pull it from the roots. Get the blessing, get the bag, gotta get the loot. Find another way to preach, we don't need a suit. General in the game, looking for recruits. Let's go now. You know I'm here with CantonJones and Messenja in the booth podcast.
Thank you guys for joining us in the booth today. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show on Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. That wasn't it.
And if you would like to sponsor or advertise with the show, hit us up at in the booth pod at gmail.com. Hey.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
beat, shout in.
In the booth band.
Get my MPC back up here, bro.
No, I like it. This is nice.
Right.
This is
I
nice.
gotta get, which one you got?
I got we got all of them. I got the MPC 1. I got the MPC.
I got rid of that studio. I ain't like the studio.
I got that. I love that. But the MPC Studio, the flat one, I got that one. That's the one with the computer. I love that one. But I got the one that's inside too. But bruh, Versatile, who rapped at the church on Sunday, went to his studio. He has the 3000.
Big.
What's it called? What's the guy's name? Roger Lynn.
MPC 3000. Bruh, everybody
with the
was
floppy
trying to get
disk.
their hands on that thing. Yeah, it's floppy disk.
You got a floppy disk?
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to get their hands on that thing, boy. Wow. I looked at that thing, boy, and just Memorial Drive just came back in my head right there. He had that. He had the 1680. I was like,
Oh wow. Yeah, 1680.
1680, boy.
That's crazy.
That's
People are like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, these are
all studio equipment.
Studio equipment.
Studio equipment.
You know, right now, studio equipment is just your laptop,
this.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Or your phone.
And
your phone.
Kids making beats off their phones. Yeah. And you know, you just have a dope interface to do vocals, man. And
Kids a long time ago, the studio took up this whole room.
yeah. Now it takes up
Everybody wanted an SSL board and
maybe
all of that.
less than this table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and you know, my kids they used to make beats on their phone, like, and just kill them. So it's all, everything's different.
Well,
Yeah.
I made my first beats on PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah, they had a beat maker on PlayStation.
Really?
Huh.
You didn't do Cakewalk? And
You did
all
a
that?
dot. They put the dots. Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was. You put the,
Cakewalk, same thing, right?
yeah, you put, I don't know.
Cakewalk you could play through.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of like Logic.
But it's a little key thing. You boom, boom, boom. You set the tempo and you pick the beat, pick the sound,
That's like Fruity Loops.
drag it out.
Yeah, Fruity Loops. That's what I'm thinking of.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just make monstrous beats. Fruity Loops. You could do everything with it now, but back then you could only just put the little dots. It was joking.
Yeah, I always wonder what took them so long to just let you just play through it. Like,
Yeah, they just put the dots there.
yeah.
You know where the beats are. It's crazy.
Yep.
All right, what we got going on today?
Hey, very interesting topic today.
Yes. Speaking of beats.
Beats.
Yes.
Beats. Talk. We got a little video to share today, people. And we're going to share a video. Which,
Should Christian artists collaborate with non-Christian artists?
Swap out the non-Christian artist word with the word secular. That word is used in such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
When I feel like secular just means unchurched, outside of the church.
We should talk about it
Yeah.
because it really is a pregnant question.
Right.
Because so many things come out of that, right?
Yeah.
What is Christian? What qualifies something as Christian? Then there's also on the other side of that, when you start to say what makes something Christian, you also by default you're kind of saying what is not Christian. And there's another question that you can kind of step back and ask and say, okay, to what end do these things matter?
Very good. Very good question.
Yeah. Can
Should
Christian
artists
do songs with secular artists? I think it depends on the agenda of the song, number one.
And the content.
Yeah, the content. If we doing We Are the World, let's help the children, yada, yada, yada. And we all come together for, a cause or whatnot.
Stop the violence.
Yeah, stop the violence, all that stuff. Any idea
Or love
that
your wife.
that is in agreement with heaven,
Yeah.
I do a song. If this content is in agreement with heaven, then yeah.
As long as you don't have to compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if
I like you got to come where I am. I'm not coming to where you are.
What if they make a song about marriage?
Yeah, I'm saying anything.
I'm saying, but his verse is about what he do, how he see marriage. Like, I'll never get married.
Oh yeah, nah, I wouldn't.
Would you not do a verse because of his viewpoint, or would you do a verse with your viewpoint and his viewpoint?
That's a good question.
I probably wouldn't even. Yeah, it depends on the verse. Like, if you just straight up bashing the idea, man, like, why are we even doing the song together? Like, why you?
Yeah,
you
they're two different ideas.
Yeah, like, you would have come to me to, because we on the same page as this, or whatnot, the other. But if you totally,
But what if they
against
let
that-
you? What if he's totally against marriage and he allows you to speak
Your piece.
and put the song out?
Yeah, I wouldn't see myself.
What about he agree with your viewpoints on the song, but you know how his lifestyle is?
If the idea of the content is, like I said, if heaven is an agreement, because to me it's an idea over a melody or a beat is basically what it is.
Right.
If I'm expressing an idea of heaven, then I feel like that's my goal anyway. I don't feel
So
like
even though he's lying, as long as he's saying what you
right,
saying,
his people in the singing the choir
Right.
they ain't living what they say they.
That's
yeah.
true.
So what are your words saying? Are you speaking you speaking the same language I'm speaking? Okay.
I think for the first time I'm gonna say I agree.
Wow.
Not that ain't the first time. I always agree, but I don't always say it. So this time I'm gonna say I agree. I also want people to think about. They always take the viewpoint of secular, non-secular when it comes to music, but you got to think about secular, non-secular when it comes to everything.
Yeah, shopping for
Will
clothes.
you take a job from a secular company?
Yeah.
Would you take your godly skills?
Yeah.
Does this come into play only when you're doing music?
Yeah.
Would you take your godly skills?
Music and anything a music artist does, like a podcast. All that. Yeah.
Would you share a podcast with a person that that is not godly? You saved and they not.
Yeah, I would.
Right. Well, then why you gonna share a song?
Huh? Because with the podcast, nah.
Go ahead. I ain't started yet.
Yeah, but depending on what the podcast is about, it's the same thing with the song.
But y'all gonna disagree.
If the podcast, what is the podcast about? Is the podcast about? Is it a health and fitness podcast? Is this a podcast about family? What is the podcast about? If the podcast about, is this a Bible study podcast? And it depends.
You're still gonna disagree.
Well, I mean, I disagree with anybody on the podcast.
Yeah, like
me. Yeah. So, yeah.
Who's secular? Who gospel?
You don't know.
That's not
Are
what
you
it's saying.
secular?
What about this? Can you do?
Why you laughing before?
You walk right into that one.
Can you do gospel lyrics and let somebody do secular ad libs?
What?
Like, in the words of the saying, nigga, beat the black guy. He bet doing secular. Like, bro, we put it together. Like, you do your secular ad libs. I put out the content. You do the ad libs.
Well, have you ever done something good and somebody cussed in a positive? I don't know if it's a cuss word, like F yeah to you when you did something good on the football field. That's secular ad libs to something that you did good. I'm just putting what you said into another context that's real life, because that ain't real life what you were saying.
Well,
But what I'm saying right now is, all right. So that happens. What I'm saying is that happens. You do get secular ad libs all the time.
yeah, in the form of
In the form of when you're doing something and somebody say
celebration, celebratory or whatnot.
they do that. So I'm saying most people, like, there's somebody that we know very well that worked for the beer company. They love Jesus. And they deliver beer. Beer.
Okay.
Liquor. Well, beer. And so that, in the eyes of a lot of Christians, would be considered a secular job. A job, because, basically the secular is, basically without the mention of God or without God or whatever. Like, you keep it secular, let's keep it, or other people call it mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
if your job is delivery, like,
so there are people that feel like, you shouldn't drink as a Christian.
okay, but you feel like you shouldn't drink, but is that biblical?
I mean, yeah. You drink, don't you?
Every now and again. Every now and again. It's celebratory fashion. If somebody's doing a toast, if somebody's doing a toast, ain't gonna be like, oh, I don't drink. I toast with you. I don't drink to get drunk or nothing like that.
What you drink? Tequila?
Nah, I drink whatever they have, champagne or whatever.
Or whatever it is, huh?
Yeah.
Slick smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not
What's
just
it called?
sitting
8 Ball?
around popping beers.
What's the strong stuff? What's the strong
Vodka.
Vodka? You drink vodka? I don't drink, so I mean, but I ain't on people that don't drink. I just don't.
Well, I mean, I don't drink. I don't drink to get drunk. Like I said, if I've been places where they did a toast and everybody had champagne or whatever, I did toast. Boom.
So the secular, non-secular is mostly applied to music, but if people have,
It's only applied to music.
Yeah.
Where else is
I mean,
it's
not-
but Christian, non-Christian opportunities, when you talk about jobs, when you're in the
like they don't do it in movies. Like actors and stuff. Actors get
they don't do it right.
They get to be in whatever movie they want.
Whatever
and
movie.
do it and cuss people out and shoot, blow up people, fight scenes, all that stuff.
and
It's like,
still get
Well, the
glory to
other
God.
place they do it is comedy. The church will do it, Christian comedy, secular comedy.
not
So
like
music and comedy.
Not like music.
Music is
Music, they hard on music.
They put you right in hell if you're on a song.
You're the closest thing to the preacher.
That's funny that you say that.
Yeah, you're the closest thing to the preacher.
Can a preacher do a gig to where he's on something that's not church?
I think he can.
And most people, they do political things, which is some of the most evil campaigns.
Or acting.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
If you're a Christian actor, do you avoid certain scenes?
Right.
Yeah, but I don't. What they don't call them Christian actors. They just actors.
Right.
They call us Christian music.
Right.
Right.
Why we just can't be musicians?
Right.
We are. That's what
Yeah,
I am.
you know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
I love God, and I'm convicted by what the Lord tells me.
Yeah.
That's why I write on subjects that's way more broad than a lot of people. But certain people see us. I don't think they'll be shocked if I did music with mainstream people.
I mean, I had Bone Crusher on the record. He was talking, take the city for God. So, I mean,
And he got, I don't think he claimed to be a Christian.
I mean, he was a believer. He wasn't a church boy like that, but he believed.
Right.
You know.
And so
But he believed, and he got on
So
take the
will you
city
be
to
on a track with a non-believer, but he talking?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm saying they would have to come on my platform, not me go over there. You know, you would have to.
Which means you.
It should be a platform.
I mean, on what I'm talking about.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not going over to
You
talk
wouldn't go
about
to their song.
Yeah,
What they talking about?
yeah, the Bust It Open Baby. Like I'm not going on that record. You know.
Do you think like "Bust It Open, Baby," which
Oh,
is
Lord.
I guess your new hit that's coming out?
my
When is it coming out? May?
My
in May?
my
When is it coming out? In May?
bet your bottom dollar. Yeah, you come over and do that song with me, yo.
Bust it open, baby, and bet your bottom dollar. Be on the same
Yeah.
album. So if you had an opportunity to not compromise your verse on a huge record that other guys will be saying what they're gonna say, would you do it?
If I had a chance to do it, say it again.
Share the love of Jesus Christ on a secular
On
song.
their platform with all of their
what they-
listeners.
on what they're saying, on what they're going to be
But
saying
you
on that
speak
song.
kingdom.
What is
But
what
you
it's saying?
speak-
What's the song about? What are they saying?
You may not agree.
You probably ain't going to agree with anything, especially murder.
But it's
or-
still a chance
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
no, I can't. Yeah,
But what if they're talking about murder, and you get a chance to speak life on that type of record?
You wouldn't do it?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I would too.
like I don't
But,
understand the.
If the song is about
Why would they call me to like? It don't even make sense. Like,
It may not make sense, but it's still an opportunity.
because people do stuff for numbers. So they do stuff for numbers. They don't do stuff to the glory of God like us. So their God is money. So if they feel like you got a big following, man, let's get this dude on the record. That's why they mix with different people from
Franklin,
different
yeah.
nationalities. Man, it's got a big now. This might hurt Kurt Franklin's following if he get on the record with us, but Kurt, they looking at, man, we trying to get that audience.
Right.
All right. So, and they got a record that is a compromise.
I would
record.
do it.
But you could spread the light in your verse.
I would do it.
Would you do it?
yeah, it
Is
would
it-
have to be
Is it?
like you're not finna be just raunchy, just.
I mean, people.
like yeah, that was you.
So name a song that's raunchy. Well, you know a lot of them. Let's go back
Just
in
turn
our
on the
day.
radio.
Go back to our day. Any song that's raunchy. Oh, you talking about R&B?
Or any, any rap, whatever.
Tupac hit him up. Like, F you, Biggie, F Mobb Deep. Like, I'm not finna come on a verse after, like, it doesn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make any sense. Like, okay, what are we doing? It's like,
well, you take that song and then you rap about, hey, we gotta
they
be
like,
together.
okay, love you, Mobb Deep, love you, Biggie. Like,
No,
it
we
don't
gotta stay
even-
together as
yeah,
black men and da 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 da. I
It
mean,
don't
you
even-
can flip it like that.
Yeah,
If they give you the
it's like,
opportunity.
Pa, I know you mad. I know they hurt you. Send a benefit, then to
Yeah.
search you. Gotta put a then, but letting God let God direct the path. The path. I would jump on that mark in a minute. Any of them, and that's me. But and I got the confidence that the light in me will outshine any darkness.
Yep.
So now they
My
probably,
goal is to get him to do what I'm doing. Get those lyrics to come.
But you got to not
But-
think
but-
about
yeah.
just him. You got to think about all his listeners and,
And- yeah, that's what I'm
followers and
saying.
everybody.
And-
His fan base is not going to listen to a song
Look at
that he
our
comes
model.
on yours.
Look at our model.
I
Look
get
at our
that.
Jesus model. Jesus did not wait for hell to come to him. He went to hell. So there's certain times where you got to go to the platform and do what you got to do in that platform. And most people that we don't want to hear from or embarrass about or look at, it's church people that's already saved. We scared of the ones that's already saved. Man, if you really about reaching the darkness, then reach them.
'Cause these are the same-
If they come to me telling me to get on a verse, the church people gonna be mad. They gonna.
And these same
persecute me,
church
but they-
people are
but
mad
They do it anyway.
when Nicki Minaj does a gospel song.
Yeah,
They got a problem
gonna be
with
mad
it
with
when
me
she's
anyway.
speaking life.
They gonna
So
be mad
either
at
way,
me.
they're going to be mad.
They mad at the beat. People find a way to try to justify their heaven and your hell. I'm like, man, if I'm really trying to reach, if I'm really trying to reach people,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that's my goal, then I feel like it's like almost like we going opposite direction. You know what I'm saying?
You go-
It's almost like the Beyonce thing. Like you taking the Clark sister thing and twisting it and making it wicked. Like why would you take that song, the center of his will, and then turn it around and flip it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like though that song right there is bringing people to God. I feel like that's bringing more God people into thotty. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It depends on the song. Like, what's the direction of the song?
I think that was the opposite, though.
They signed off on it.
I understand. I understand that.
She didn't steal the song.
But the song ain't taking you to God.
Yeah,
it's taking you to.
But
yeah.
That's not my point.
Yeah. But I'm saying though.
I'm saying is
your verse
if
will.
we're in the if I get the song because
the Bible says what fellowship does light have with darkness. So there's an aspect.
Right.
Okay.
So when I bring my light,
that's what
darkness leads. So that's why
the darkness is still on the track. I'm saying.
But the darkness is on the track. But they never heard your light. What about a kid that need to hear what you got to say?
Okay. So then my goal is, okay, let's get this song. Let's get this song to go towards light. Like, why am I going to sit here and you sit here and destroy something, and then I sit here light? It's like the person listen like, okay, what is this about?
But you will
like, am I trying to win the person? Like, okay, why not win the person that's doing the song?
I mean, you can, but what if what if they say, man, bro, don't. I'm in my mode right now. Just do your verse, or you're not gonna do no verse.
And then you're reaching all the other.
And so
people.
my thing is, man, you imagine how many people that you could reach with your verse and your anointing, and I wouldn't be afraid of it. I'd never be afraid of nothing like that. And so, but I mean,
I would have to be led by the Spirit in all things.
But the truth about it is,
because I'm sure God wouldn't say every single song.
But you'll be willing to talk to the content of your verse. You'll be willing to say it to other individuals in the studio. You'll say God loves you, man. Slow it down to this guy, and you'll, hey bro, it ain't worth it. You'll say that to that guy. Why not mass communicate the message? You gonna say it anyway. If somebody break out and somebody want to start shooting and doing stuff, you gonna say, hey man, no bro, that ain't the way. Blah 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 blah. So why not put it in that same thing in that content with those people that think like that?
Because I'm trying to change the way you think.
So you do it around the people that think that way. Most of the time, we rap to other people that understand what's going on. We rap to light. We at holy hip hop concerts rapping to each other that know everything about Jesus, and know when you get the opportunity to rap rap to people that don't know about Jesus. We got rules. We scared. And so I'm like,
I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. If you get a chance to be on a song, because you was at the birthday bash, like everybody was at the birthday bash, and we know that right before,
we got cussed
and
out.
right after on that same stage on them same mics,
everybody got cussed
them
out.
Niggas, what they was getting ready to go in. Those persons, those people.
But they stood after we got off the stage. No weapon, all equipment messed up, just like his city.
Yeah.
Because
so why not do it? Like you could do it on that song. What you think you'll do if you could think the equipment? What you think will happen to an industry if you put something in?
That's what I'm saying. It would depend on the song. But you're not gonna do a song, you know, in a video with girls half butt naked on the stage. I'm sitting there in the middle of trying to give you a bro, like that.
That's
to me, that doesn't make sense.
The stage. I'm talking about the song. They'll switch over.
But you talk about the videos who go with the song.
You talking about half butt naked will be on his part, but they'll put clothes on and angels around you. You never know how they're gonna produce it because they do produce stuff like that.
But I'm saying though, that's what I'm saying. It all depends on the song.
But yeah, most of the time
but if you put a song in the middle of just something that's just dark.
You say hit them up.
Yeah, and
you say hit them up.
The visuals, everything is dark, and you just sitting there in the middle. It doesn't make sense. Why not have the song?
But what if you don't do the song? What if your only way to reach him is to put a verse on there? You don't get the song. You just get a verse. We like what you do. We respect you as a gospel artist. Because most of the times, your mindset is not sense. God. Yes, it does.
Okay, who's done that before?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they're scared.
No, it's because
they're scared. Because they're scared.
No, it's not because they're scared. What artist doesn't hit them up and be like, okay, let me get a gospel artist to come and do the opposite?
I mean, if they won't do it because they know that y'all ain't gonna do it.
No, I don't think that.
But if I ever get a chance to put a kingdom verse on any secular song, I'm riding, and they gonna talk. Yeah. But I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna preach the kingdom of God in the middle of that. I will do it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna represent. And I ain't scared either. So a lot of people are afraid of the residual effect of what you're gonna lose. I ain't say you. Okay. I just said a lot. I didn't say you. I said a lot. I didn't say you. I said a lot of people. Let me finish my statement.
And he said, "Well, a lot of people." Okay,
but let me finish my statement. Let me finish talking.
I ain't afraid of nobody.
Yeah, I ain't say you. All right. So let me say that. But a lot of people are afraid because of the residual effect of what they might lose based off their career and how they look in front of other church people. And so they won't do certain things. My whole thing, the whole look of Free Life look like a club. It don't look like Sunday morning service. It look like I'm doing something wrong to certain people. I'm not going to stop doing it just because people are not agreeing with how it looks. Or how it sounds. I don't care about that. I'm obedient to what God told me to do. And I am convicted by that. All right. And so me not being afraid got people that came up and say, bruh, I listen to your music every day. And I saw this church like this 15 years ago is what somebody told me Sunday. I saw this. He's screaming. And he won't let nobody else talk. And he's just excited because he said God showed it to him. So it's like, man, what if I would have been convicted about somebody and I got uncles and different people that got churches and they, and I know they talk about me. They just won't talk about me to my face. But they people talk about me, what have you, but I am convicted on what I'm going to do and I'm going to keep doing it. So if I get an opportunity to put light in darkness and I know it's going to go to 1,000 million, whatever kids, and I can spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, even if y'all give me a slither of a verse, then I'm going in. And that's me. That ain't you. That's me. No. Yeah. And I ain't saying you scared.
No, it ain't that. It just.
But I push for it.
Yeah.
So any secular artist, y'all want a kingdom
the direction
feature?
Of the song.
Let me go. I don't care what the song is about. Let me talk my piece on what your subject is. If you talk about hoes and you talk about bees, I'm gonna talk about women of God. And I'm gonna talk about wives. On my verse in my 16, holla at me. Anybody on the street, holla at me. Now, you gonna have to pay me like everybody else pay me, but that's business. That's the business part of it. But holla at me. I get on the song with you. I ain't scared. Let's go. Now, I'm gonna ask you to get on the song with me too now. All right, well, we're going to be talking about God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, well, then they're going to be like, no, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about on your song.
Well, then do it.
Okay, then. Yeah, I'll roll like that.
Do it. I ain't afraid.
Yeah, okay.
If you afraid,
if they come on your record talking about hoes and bees.
If they come and do
no, if they come on your record and talking about I'm gonna do what you did on my song, I'm gonna go against what you saying.
Yeah, they can go against it. Yeah, I put it on the mixtape. I put it out.
Okay.
All right, because we got to see when we bring people that compromise on our show.
Yeah.
To talk about different subjects.
Okay.
Have we?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm asking you to give me a yes or no.
Yes.
No, you give me a yes or no. Have we brought people that compromise in their lifestyle on our show?
Can't even stop what we finna do. Got a maze over in the limousine. Got something for the king, something for the queen. And we got
We'll see you guys at 9 o'clock. Thank you guys. Please like and share. I can't even get it out.
We will bring.
Oh my God.
If somebody want to talk about something and they want to bring it up, I'll bring them up. About another way to push me, conversation is gonna go in the game because the truth is in here. But they don't have truth in them, so it's not gonna go where the conversation gonna go. It's gonna go where I take it. There you go. But if they take it where they take it, but the content still doesn't matter if they gonna take it away.
The direction.
You're not gonna make that person say what you.
But the direction is you're leading towards truth.
I do. I'm gonna try as much as I